One of my favorite things to do is to be near a restaurant at close of business. That way, when they're packaging up their food, you actually get it for a lot cheaper than what it should have been. We're having fake away burgers tonight. It's an idea that I got from a very good friend of mine where you shop for the ingredients at the supermarket for as cheap as you can. Then you just buy the best part, which is the meat from takeaway. So we tried to find some buns at the cheap section. There weren't any, so we paid for these ones. They were $3. The tomatoes, they were a steal. They were $1.87, so of course they were coming with us. I like to be served sometimes, and there was a friendly face behind the counter, so we had a chat. I paid in cash because I like to do that when I've got money. I never miss an opportunity to save money on food, so I'm always looking for little hacks to get ahead.
Okay, so we tried to get the tomatoes, but when we got to the checkout, we noticed that they were actually covered in mold and we weren't allowed to get them. So we're missing the tomatoes.
Well, what can I get for you, sir?
Hello, can I please have 4 quarter pounder patties just by themselves?
4 quarter pounder patties.
Yes, thanks.
Yep. Drive off there when you're ready.
Thank you.
Right now that we've got the best part on the way, another little hack that I like is to buy lunch specials whenever I'm downtown. So even if I'm not hungry, I know that I'm going to eat that night. I'll buy a couple of lunch specials. They're great size portions, but they're much cheaper than buying the main meal sizes at dinner time. So come home with a couple of bags of food ready to eat later on. Here we are making the burger. And then that classic thing happened where you say you've got cheese at home, but this is all the cheese that you have. It turns out there was another bag in the fridge. An inhuman amount of sriracha sauce, that comes next. Put the burger together and have a close up of that. That was good timing. And now I've got Stitch looking at me, looking at this burger. Here we go to try and take a bite out of this burger on camera in front of strangers, acting natural as best you can. Yes, that was delicious. I knew that it was going to be. Now, this burger would have cost $8.40 if we bought it from the shop. Adding up all of my ingredients and then dividing them, it works out to be $3.90 for my homemade fake away burger, and that's over 46% cheaper than buying it from the shop. And of course, you can save even more if you have sides and a drink at home. I know that just about everybody is working harder now than they ever have before, and we're all struggling to get ahead. Even if you feel like you're doing fine, there are people that you know who are struggling in silence with the cost of living. And I hope that these little hacks that I've learned along the way can help somebody out there who's struggling in silence, especially somebody that's got a family with heaps of mouths to feed. Every little bit of savings helps, and if you ever see me at the supermarket by the clearance bin, just know that I'm looking for food, but I'm doing okay. And I'm very grateful to share these tips with you. And if you've stayed to the end of this video, then please give it a like. I'd love it if you could share it or leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I really appreciate your time.